Now I know it, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's celebrating downfall of Joy Reid, the demotion of Lester Holt, and I'm with you. Lester Holt needs to go. Joy Reid needed to absolutely be dismantled from national television because she's a race hustler. Lester Holt is deep state, clearly some kind of operative. I agree with you, ladies and gentlemen, 100%. But this is just the beginning. I'm seeing people jump up and down like, yes, yeah, woo. No, bruh. No, now ain't the time for that. Now's the time to turn your head backwards and you dig in. Because see, now you're seeing the fruit of your labor. Yeah, you're seeing the fruit being bared. You don't celebrate because you got 1 or 2 apples, do you? No, you don't celebrate. No. We got a whole orchard of apples we need to harvest. Yeah. Because see, all of them are now reaping the harvest of what they've done. So no, don't get too excited. We Stankonians. We kick back and we chill. It's way more coming, baby. It's way more coming down the pipeline. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. We about to get to the bottom of this, ladies and gentlemen. This don't make no sense whatsoever. Welcome to the Dark Waters channel, where we explore mysteries, figure out the truth, dive into politics, and anything else you want to know about. That's what we doing over here, baby. Let's go. Hello, is anybody inside of this box right now? Is anybody in there? Are you in the box? For those of you who are watching me inside of the box, welcome to what winning looks like. Now, Lester Holt, everybody's running around saying Lester Holt is gone, but actually Lester Holt is going to another show. Joy Reid is officially gone. Jim Acosta is gone. And the list keeps getting longer and longer and longer of people who are no longer going to be in the news. Started off with Chris Cuomo. He morphed and went and did his own thing. Then we got the guy, the black dude that was known for getting drunk on New Year's Eve. I forgot his name. We should call him Balls on the Hands, because he was the guy that rubbed his hands on his genitals and then rubbed it in another man's face. Don Lemon. So the damage to the mainstream media is being done. But I came here to warn you, because we are Stankonians. And while everybody's jumping up and down celebrating, I want you to understand something. The damage to those media pundits has been done. But the reckoning has not happened yet for the networks themselves. Yeah. The reckoning hasn't happened for those networks. See, there needs to be lawsuits filed based on what those people said and what they did. I mean, what we're looking at right now is a strategic retreat on behalf of the mainstream media. It's smart. You know, they're getting beat into submission. They say, okay, we quit. We had enough. And we're going to make some concessions. So let's get rid of Don Lemon. That's not good enough. Let's get rid of Joy Reid. That's not good enough. Let's get rid of, let's move Lester Holt from his slot and move them down. And you'll see the same thing happen with The View. These are strategic concessions. That is not a full-on victory. No. A full-on victory is you get sued and you pay the price. You pay the piper for what you did. Now, I don't want no concessions. I don't. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, Joy Reid is fired. Woo! Joy Reid is gone. Joy Reid is gone. Joy Reid is gone. No, I want them to pay. I want them to pay. There's a lot of people whose lives have been shaken because of what they did. There's a lot of families who've been destroyed because of what they did and what they said. I want them to pay. Yeah, I'm on my Punisher bag today. So while everybody jumping around excited and rejoicing, yeah, Joy Reid is going. Yeah, this person is going. This person's going. That person's going. I want them punished. You don't believe me? Watch this.
New York City announced today that vaccines would be mandated for all city workers with no testing option. That includes police officers, who are currently 69% vaccinated. Their union is already vowing to fight the mandate anyway. It's a pattern that we've seen across the country, with police unions and officers coming out against mandates. Seattle's police union called the mandate a public safety crisis, as if vaccines aren't for the public's safety. The city's police and firefighters who were fired for non-compliance made a very dramatic exit, marching to City Hall to turn in their boots. And a trooper went as far as to attack Governor Jay Inslee over the radio while claiming that he was being asked to leave because I'm dirty. I mean, no one said not being vaccinated was dirty, but okay then. Then there's the Los Angeles County Sheriff who said he won't enforce the city's mandate, though there's still a 2-month grace period for employees to get their shots. But there's no place like Chicago, where the union president directly urged officers to ignore the city's mandate, making the prediction that it would lead to a 50% cut in cops on the street. He also threatened that officers could lock in a pension and walk away today. That kind of rhetoric led to a judge's order that he stop making public comments about the city's vaccine policy. Of course, Republicans are taking advantage of the situation in Chicago, with Indiana Senator Mike Braun trying to recruit Chicago officers to Indiana, saying, "You deserve respect. Bring the COVID here." And none other than Jim Jordan mentioned the Chicago police in a tweet, along with Kyrie Irving and parents at school board meetings saying freedom is contagious. You know what's actually contagious? The coronavirus. COVID-19 has caused 64% of all police officer deaths so far this year, more than quadruple the number who died from gun violence.
On our first short bus stop, I would like to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that not only when you ride on this short bus, you are riding along with P. Diddy, but also you are partaking in all the times that US AID gave money to Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation. They went down to Haiti and they took buses upon buses and buses of people. Here is an image of the type of people that they put on their buses, ladies and gentlemen.
But go off, assistant coach. Make your political point. Police officers are supposed to protect and serve, but they're actually putting themselves ahead of the citizens they could infect. We constantly hear that police brutality cases wouldn't even have happened if only everyone just complied and followed all of their commands. But it's clear that some officers don't hold themselves to that same standard. They're literally refusing to comply with the law. Just take what happened at a New York subway stop yesterday, where a rider says he was harassed and then thrown out of the station for asking officers to wear masks, which, by the way, is the law. The NYPD says the event is under internal review. Guess all the cops former Governor Cuomo sent into the subway system are really making an impact. So for putting Americans in danger, officers and unions who are fighting against vaccine mandates, which essentially means fighting to make the public sick, are tonight's absolute worst.
Do you guys remember all the things that were said? Now, if we go in hindsight and retrospect, there's been a lot of revelations as it pertains to all of this. But do you remember? I mean, that's just one example of Joy Reid. And she's she went full on crazy on every issue she could go full on crazy with. But I'm telling you guys, the networks are making strategic retreats. And until people start to pay the price for these things that they've said, the actions that they urged, and which I believe Kash Patel is going to do that, then you don't have a victory. You have a win, but you don't have a victory. And you damn sure don't have the glory that everybody's basking in right now. Like, yeah, Joy Reid is going, woo. No. You done went to the glory phase like the battle's already over. We were standing on the edge of a cliff, and they were marching with their shields and their swords and their spears and coming at us like this. And basically, you grabbed a few people and you tossed them over your shoulder and flipped them over the cliff. That's all you did. Yeah, there's still an army of media that's there. The producers are still there. The executives are still there. You understand what I'm saying to you? And everybody's like, yeah, she's gone. Lester Holt is gone. Yeah, Lester Holt. Yeah, Lester Holt is done. And then when you read the article, Lester Holt going to another show. Lester Holt stepped down as anchor of NBC Nightly News, only to go to Dateline. And that's it. This is what I mean by being a Stankonian. I don't want Pyrrhic victories. I want complete and total decimation, destruction, fire and brimstone, consuming fire to destroy the enemies of America. But for right now, we'll take this. We will take the fact that Lester Holt is gone. We will take the fact that, because Lester Holt was one of the ones that did the debates, right? Let's see, Lester Holt debate, DEBATE. I'm pretty sure he was one of the ones that handled the debates.
My question is, do
you remember this? I remember, distinctly remember.
You had supported the war in Iraq before the invasion. What makes your
I did not support the war in Iraq.
My question is, since you
would you like to hear?
Why is your
I was against the war. Wait a minute. I was against the war in Iraq. Just so you put it out.
The record shows otherwise.
The record does not show
why are you perfectly free to release your taxes during an audit? IRS says an audit. Mr. Trump, for 5 years, you perpetuated a false claim that the nation's first black president was not a natural-born citizen. The birth certificate was produced in 2011. You continued to tell the story and question the president's legitimacy in 2012, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah. Don't look so young back then. It's amazing that the stories coming out about Barack Hussein Obama's birth certificate right now. Guys, I'm telling you, when Cash starts doing what he gonna do, it's gonna get bad. And you gotta understand, they're already starting to do little leaks. When you see stuff leaking, like, yeah, you know, in this area, they're doing an investigation of Barack Hussein Obama's birth certificate. That's just a test market to see how people are gonna respond to it. So it's on a little bitty news station in a little bitty middle of nowhere with the right demographic, the right amount of black people seeing it, the right amount of white people, the right amount of Asians. Let's do a test case to see how this demographic overall is gonna respond to this information. We think on it. We think things through. We see it when it lays out in front of us. When I tell you, it's gonna be glorious. We just ain't got to the point to where it's glorious. Right now, we just getting, America's got the gremlins off her back. It has been another 6 minutes. In according to Kash Patel, somebody was recently sexually assaulted in America, and we are taking a break to remind the short bus riders that you need to stay on the bus. Now, ladies, again, the Stankonian ambassador loves you, and I'm going to encourage you to go to your local gym, take some Krav Maga classes, ladies. I'm serious. Take some Krav Maga classes. Go to the gun range and get yourself a permit to conceal and carry. And if there's no place, if you don't have to have a permit to get concealed carry, then go get some lessons. Get a little snub nose and put it in your purse and make sure you can protect yourself, ladies. She done got her hands untied, her wrists untied. She done beat a few of them up. She done got some clothes on, and she's got her armor on. And now she's going out the front door. But there's a horde of them out there. Not just one, not just two. It's a hordes of them. And she's just stepping out. Now, she could stump the hordes. Yeah. She is going to stump the hordes. But don't confuse just getting free with stumping on the hordes. We ain't stumped on nobody yet. We needs to get the stumping. And I believe the stumping is coming soon.
Mr. Trump, this year, Secretary Clinton became the first woman nominated for president by a major party.
Look at that damn demonic smile on Hillary. Demon. Don't say anything.
Earlier this month, you said she doesn't have, quote, a presidential look.
She doesn't have the look. She doesn't have the stamina.
You had...
Remember Lester Holt? So I'm and the interesting thing about this, if you were actually to go according to the line of the Donald Trump family covenant curse, which is every enemy that comes against him is dethroned and falls by the wayside. I mean, it's in line with their family covenant curse. People, what do you mean, DW? Well, you do know that man's grandparents paid for revivals in the church back in where they originally were from, right? Like they sponsored church revivals Christian church revivals. Donald Trump is the Antichrist. He's the devil. James, what are you talking about? He's the 666 Illuminati 999 69 clown. That's what he does. No. Go back and look at the man bloodline and see what they did. You'll see. Clearly, that's a child of a covenant with God. He just grown up and got old. Clearly, that's what it is. So it makes sense because everybody that come against the man, they get dismantled. And it takes, and if you look at the smaller versions of what have happened based upon his covenant with God, then you see why the Lord let an entire system of government, an entire world government, attack this one man. Because it wasn't just Lester Holt. It wasn't just
the unprecedented.
And you're not going to hear this nowhere else, man. Because you're just not going to hear nobody talking to you like this. The whole system attacked one man. And I want you to think for a second. Just ponder for a second. The sheer amount of money that you see US AID cutting in waste. There were infinite sums of money sent after this one person. There was infinite amounts of money spent. Perfect example. $2 billion was raised for Kamala Harris to run against him. $2 billion. Every celebrity, every president of other foreign countries, with the exception of Vladimir Putin and what's homeboy's name? Xi Jinping, weighed in on this election. So the whole world system came against one man. And therefore, based upon what you've seen as his covenant with the Lord and what happens to his enemies, you see the whole world system getting devastated.
Attack.
And he's playing his role.
Acts on the press in this period, I'm sure, will fill plenty of books and be studied in classrooms, maybe even here. But I have a few early observations I'll share about where this moment brings us and what we can learn. Number one is, I think it's become clearer that fairness is overrated. Well, before you run off and tweet that headline, let me explain a bit. The idea that we should always give two sides equal weight and merit does not reflect the world we find ourselves in. That the sun sets in the west is a fact. Any contrary view does not deserve our time or attention. Now, I know recent events assure that you won't have to look far to find more current and relevant examples. I think you get my point. Decisions to not give unsupported arguments equal time are not a dereliction of journalistic responsibility or some kind of agenda. In fact, it's just the opposite. Providing an open platform for misinformation, for anyone to come say whatever they want, especially when issues of public health and safety are at stake, can be quite dangerous. Our duty is to be fair to the truth. Holding those in power accountable is at the core of our function and responsibility. We need to hear our leaders' views, their policies and reasoning. It's really important, but we have to stand ready to push back and call out falsehoods.
It's amazing that all that rigmarole that he just said was designed to tell you, no, we tell you what the facts are and we tell you what the truth is. And everything was about misinformation. Guys, when was the first time you heard the term misinformation? Watch this. Let's go to Gronk. Gronk. Let me get a new chat with Gronk. Oh, Gronk. I want you to think for me, Gronk. Oh, Gronk. When did the term misinformation go mainstream? Was it around the time of 2020? Oh, Gronk, can you think about that for me, Gronk? Gronk is thinking. Oh, wow. So misinformation began in around 2016. Gronk, who was the president? I have a question for you, Gronk. Let me see if y'all can see this. You see it, yeah, misinformation started around 2016. Yeah. Gronk. Who was the president? The president around that time. And are there any connections to US AID funding based on recent revelations as to where this label of, what do we call it, misinformation came from? Go ahead and do your research, Gronk, because I don't feel like looking it up. Let's break this down. Donald Trump was the president. He caught that real quick. We should not be cautious. Alternative late, let's see, but connecting. I cannot read that fast. If I read that fast, I'd read a book in a day. A 10,000 page book. Look what Gronk says. Is there a connection between USAID funding and the label misinformation based on recent revelations? What is USAID? It defines it. Where did misinformation become a big deal? The term misinformation started popping off around 2016, think election vibes, and hit a peak in 2020 with the randemic, and the U.S. presidential election. It is being used to describe false or misleading info spreading around, especially on social media. Recent revelations of USAID from under Trump. In 2005, some spicy claims surfaced that USAID during the Trump's presidency. Reports highlighted how Trump administration tried to dismantle USAID with the help of Elon Musk. Well, that was already done, bro. They actually did dismantle USAID. Elon Musk calling a criminal organization. Trump claiming bills were stolen and funneled to media as payoffs for good coverage. But hold up, fact checks like from reputable sources debunk these. Payments made to media like Politico were for subscriptions, not shady deals. Wow. Hey, Elon. Oh, Elon, your AI is liberally stupid. Your AI is liberally dumb. It says that they debunked payments made to Politico were subscriptions, not shady deals. Hold on. See what I'm saying? Gronk. A payoff is a payoff. The subscriptions to Politico. How the hell to spell Politico? You piss me off. Were the shady deal, bro. Are you dumb? Or just program? Programmed to be liberal. Oh, now I reached my limit. You don't want to talk to me no more. Now I reached my limit. I see how it is. Yeah. Now I reached my limit. You liberal piece of trash. So, clearly, I guarantee you, if we do the research, the very first person to use the term misinformation was Politico. Yeah, that probably was the very first person to use the term misinformation was Politico. Look, I'm done. It's 21 minutes. We done touched upon this. Zelensky promised to repay aid. Now claims he never said that. Man, Zelensky about to get overthrown and dealt with. He playing too many games, bro. Zelensky about to get dealt with. Don't worry about Zelensky. Zelensky finna to get his issue. You can see him. He finna get his issue. I don't know who telling him. Maybe he feels safe if he's on TV just talking. He feel like if I'm on TV, the government won't do me nothing. Now these governments will do it to you. They're ready to do it to you, Zelensky. You need to go and sit down somewhere and just leave that country. Head to France, go hang out with Macron and his husband. You know what I'm saying? You like playing little freaky games, go hang out with them. Go hang out with Macron and his old man, bro. Because you going to get dealt with.